Unlock this secret, and hell be begging to marry you. Ladies, let's be real. Love isn't about luck. It's about understanding the deep psychological triggers that make a man see you as his forever. Too many people wait for love to just happen. But the truth is, extraordinary relationships don't happen by accident. People don't fall in love with just looks or words. They fall in love with how you make them feel when they're around you. A man is naturally drawn to energy, and the energy you bring into his life determines how he sees you. If you radiate confidence, joy, and certainty, he will feel a deep, almost inexplicable pull toward you. But if you bring anxiety, insecurity, or doubt, he'll feel that too, and it won't inspire him to commit. The truth is, a woman who knows her worth and embodies positive energy becomes magnetic. She doesn't chase, she doesn't overthink, she doesn't try to prove herself, she simply is. And that energy is what makes a man not just want to be with her, but feel like he needs to be with her. Most women unknowingly give away their power because they're too focused on what the man wants instead of who they are. They adjust their personalities, shrink their light, and become overly accommodating in an effort to keep a man's interest. But this backfires. When a man senses that a woman's happiness depends on his actions, he starts to feel pressure, and pressure kills attraction. What inspires a man to commit isn't a woman bending over backward to make him happy. It's a woman who already radiates happiness from within. She doesn't need him to complete her. She doesn't seek validation. She's simply living in a state of joy and fulfillment. And because emotions are contagious, he feels good when he's around her. That's what makes her irresistible. A high-value woman walks into a room and changes the energy. She's present. She laughs freely. She's not caught up in what others think of her because she's too busy enjoying life. She doesn't engage in negative conversations. She doesn't dwell on the past. And she doesn't let outside circumstances control her inner world. This type of woman is rare, and men can sense it instantly. A man wants to be with a woman like this, not just because she's attractive, but because her energy makes him feel alive. He starts associating her with feelings of excitement, peace, and passion. He feels safe, he feels inspired, and most importantly, he feels drawn to give more to her. But this energy isn't something you fake to attract a man. It's something you cultivate within yourself. You do this by prioritizing your own joy, taking care of your mind and body, and surrounding yourself with people and experiences that uplift you. You let go of negativity, drama, and anything that lowers your vibration. You stop seeking permission to be happy and choose to be happy now. And when you do that, not only will the right man gravitate towards you, but he'll feel so deeply connected to your presence that he won't be able to imagine his life without you. The secret isn't about doing more, proving more, or chasing more. It's about being more of the woman who naturally inspires devotion and commitment. A man doesn't just want to feel loved, he wants to feel needed, valued, and irreplaceable in your life. Deep down, he has a natural desire to protect, provide, and be the source of strength for the woman he loves. This isn't about outdated gender roles. It's about human psychology. When a man feels like he has a purpose in your life, he feels connected to you in a way that goes beyond attraction. He feels like your hero, and that feeling is what makes him want to commit, protect, and cherish you forever. The mistake many women make is assuming that being completely independent and never asking for help makes them more attractive. While confidence and self-sufficiency are incredibly important, shutting a man out of his natural desire to step up for you can make him feel unnecessary. If he feels like you don't need him, he might start questioning his place in your life. The truth is, a man wants to feel like he adds value to your world. He wants to know that his presence makes a difference. When he feels this, he becomes deeply invested in you, not just as a partner, but as a man with a purpose. This doesn't mean playing helpless or pretending to be someone you're not. It simply means allowing him to show up for you in ways that matter to him. Whether it's asking for his advice, letting him help with something, or simply appreciating his efforts. These small moments reinforce his role as someone who contributes to your happiness. When a man feels like he's making your life better, easier, and more joyful, he forms an emotional bond that goes beyond physical attraction. He starts to see you as his person, the one he wants to commit to fully. One of the most powerful ways to trigger this instinct is through genuine appreciation. Men thrive on acknowledgement, and when they feel like their efforts are recognized, they want to give more. A simple thank you for doing that, I really appreciate it, or I love how you always know how to handle things, makes a man feel seen and valued. It reinforces his role in your life, making him feel deeply connected to you. And when a man feels like he's needed, not because you can't live without him, but because you truly want him in your life, he will do everything in his power to keep you. Another way to deepen this connection is by allowing him to be your rock emotionally. Too often, women try to handle everything on their own, afraid that showing vulnerability will push a man away, but the opposite is true. When you let a man in, when you trust him enough to share your fears, dreams, and challenges, he feels a sense of responsibility toward you. He sees you as his to protect, to cherish, and to commit to. And that's when the thought of losing you becomes unthinkable. One of the most powerful things a woman can do to inspire a man's commitment is to own her standards and refuse to settle for less than she deserves. Men are naturally drawn to women who know their worth and are unafraid to express it. When a woman has clear standards, she communicates that she values herself and her time. This isn't about being demanding or difficult. It's about having a clear sense of what you expect in a relationship and not wavering from it. A man recognizes when a woman has these boundaries, and instead of pushing him away, it challenges him to rise to meet them. He feels the difference between a woman who will accept anything and a woman who expects his best, and the latter is the one who stays in his mind and heart. Many women fall into the trap of believing that if they are easygoing or low mental, a man will love and appreciate them more. They think that by accepting less, they will be rewarded with more commitment. In reality, when you lower your standards to keep a man, you teach him that he doesn't need to invest deeply to keep you. When a man senses that a woman will tolerate inconsistency, lack of effort, or poor treatment, he has no incentive to step up. But when he encounters a woman who knows her worth and isn't afraid to walk away if her needs aren't met, everything changes. He understands that being with her is a privilege, not a right, and he will do what it takes to earn and maintain her love. A high-value woman is not afraid to speak her truth. She doesn't hide her desires out of fear of being too much. If she wants a committed relationship, she says it. If she expects honesty, loyalty, and consistency, she makes that clear. She does this without anger, without ultimatums, calm certainty. This clarity creates emotional security because a man knows exactly where he stands and what is expected. Men respect women who respect themselves, and nothing communicates self-respect more powerfully than maintaining your standards, regardless of how much you want the relationship to work. The key is to enforce your standards through action, not just words. If a man is inconsistent, you don't chase him, you step back and allow him to correct it. If he crosses a boundary, you address it firmly and give him a chance to step up. But if he doesn't, you are willing to walk away. This doesn't mean being cold or harsh. It means knowing that you deserve a love that meets your standards and being willing to hold out for it. This quiet confidence is incredibly attractive because it shows that your self-worth is not dependent on any man's validation. When a man realizes that you are not afraid to lose him if he cannot meet your standards, it shifts his mindset. He no longer takes you for granted. Instead, he begins to see you as someone he cannot afford to lose. And that's when he becomes not just willing, but eager to give you the commitment and love you deserve. Attraction might catch a man's attention, but it's emotional connection that captures his heart and keeps him committed. A man may be drawn to a woman's beauty, charm, or presence, but what makes him see her as the one is the depth of the emotional bond they share. The mistake many women make is thinking that physical attraction or chemistry is enough to sustain a relationship, but the truth is, a man needs to feel deeply understood, accepted, and emotionally connected to truly invest himself. Without this, the relationship remains surface level and commitment never fully takes root. One of the most powerful ways to build emotional depth is through genuine curiosity and presence. Too often, conversations remain transactional, small talk, daily check-ins, or surface-level discussions about work and routine. But a strong emotional connection is built when a woman creates a space where a man feels safe to open up. This doesn't mean interrogating him with deep questions. It means truly listening, being present, and showing a genuine interest in what makes him him. When he shares his thoughts, passions, or even insecurities, she listens without judgment. She doesn't try to fix him or offer solutions. She simply makes him feel heard. This level of presence is rare, and when a man experiences it, he feels drawn to a woman in a way that goes beyond attraction. Vulnerability is another key ingredient in emotional depth. A man can't truly connect with a woman who always keeps her guard up or only presents a perfect version of herself. He wants to know the real you, your dreams, your fears, your struggles, and what makes you unique. This doesn't mean oversharing or emotionally dumping, but rather being authentic and open in a way that invites him to do the same. When a woman expresses her emotions freely and allows him to see her true self, it creates an unspoken trust. He realizes that with her, he doesn't have to pretend or hold back. He can be his full, unfiltered self. And that's when he starts to feel something more than attraction. He feels home. Shared experiences also deepen emotional bonds. A relationship grows when two people create meaningful memories together, not just through dates and romantic gestures, but through everyday moments of laughter, adventure, and teamwork. When a woman introduces a man to new experiences, supports him in his goals, and allows him to be part of hers, he starts associating her with growth, excitement, and emotional safety. It's these moments, more than any grand gesture, that make a man feel deeply connected. The strongest relationships are built on emotional intimacy, not just physical attraction or convenience. When a man feels deeply seen, understood, and connected, he doesn't just want to be with a woman, he feels like he needs her in his life. The thought of losing that emotional connection becomes unbearable, and that's what makes him want to commit fully and never let go. The most attractive, desirable, and unforgettable woman is the one who is fulfilled, happy, and thriving in her own life. She doesn't revolve her world around a man, nor does she wait for him to determine her happiness. Instead, she is deeply engaged in her passions, committed to her growth, and radiates a sense of purpose that is completely independent of any relationship. This kind of energy is magnetic because it makes a man feel like he is stepping into something extraordinary rather than simply filling a void. Many women fall into the trap of centering their lives around a man the moment they develop feelings for him. They adjust their schedules, compromise on their goals, and sometimes even abandon their personal interests in an effort to be more available and accommodating. While this may seem like a way to show love and devotion, it often has the opposite effect. When a woman loses herself in a relationship, she unintentionally loses the qualities that made her attractive in the first place. A man doesn't want to be a woman's entire world. He wants to be a part of the incredible life she's already living. A woman who is truly confident and self-assured prioritizes herself in the healthiest way possible. She pursues her goals with passion, nurtures her friendships, and continuously works on becoming the best version of herself. She doesn't put her life on hold, waiting for a man to commit. Instead, she moves forward with the certainty that the right person will recognize her worth and want to be part of her journey. This kind of self-sufficiency doesn't push a man away, it draws him in. He sees her as someone he can't afford to lose, someone whose presence adds immense value to his life. Men are naturally drawn to women who challenge and inspire them. A woman who has her own dreams and ambitions isn't just attractive, she is irreplaceable. She is the woman who encourages growth, pushes him to be better, and maintains her own sense of identity. This creates a dynamic where the relationship isn't based on neediness or dependency, but on mutual respect, admiration, and desire. Another key element to becoming a woman a man can't imagine living without is maintaining a sense of mystery and excitement. Relationships lose their spark when they become predictable and stagnant. But when a woman continues to evolve, explore, and embrace new experiences, she keeps the relationship alive. A man never feels like he has fully figured her out, which keeps his interest and passion strong. A high-value woman doesn't fear losing a man because she knows that she is whole on her own. And paradoxically, this very mindset makes a man want her even more. He doesn't feel pressured, manipulated, or responsible for her happiness. He simply feels grateful to be part of her world. When a woman embodies this energy, a man doesn't just want to be with her. He feels lucky to have her, and he will do whatever it takes to keep her. At the end of the day, love and commitment aren't about chasing, convincing, or playing games. They're about stepping into your power as a woman who naturally inspires love, devotion, and lifelong commitment. When you master your energy, trigger his hero instinct, hold your standards high, build deep emotional intimacy, and create a life so fulfilling that he feels privileged to be part of it, you unlock the secret to lasting love. You become the woman he doesn't just want, but the woman he needs. The one he sees as his future, his home, and his greatest gift. Men don't commit because they feel pressured. They commit because they feel moved by the way you live, the way you love, and the way you carry yourself with confidence, joy, and purpose. So stop waiting for love to happen, stop settling for anything less than you deserve, and start being the woman who inspires deep, unstoppable commitment. Because when you do, he won't just want to marry you, he'll be begging for the chance to. Thank you for being here, for showing up for yourself, and for committing to the journey of becoming the most powerful, radiant, and irresistible version of you. Love isn't about luck. It's about intention, mindset, and stepping fully into your worth. So take this knowledge, embody it, and watch as the right man steps up, commits, and never lets go. Stay strong, stay confident, and most importantly, never settle for less than the love you deserve. Thank you, and I'll see you at the top.